Kaboom!
Good Lord, that was loud. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the AIB Show. This is the Mitt.
And Dominic.
And we're recording today a little later than normal because Dominic is tardy, as expected. But I'm curious to know why.
As expected, you were 2 hours late last week, but let's go.
I was never 2 hours late. And now you're frozen. And now you're not frozen. Okay, you're back again. Ooh, I got concerned because your internet's all weird. So you had a dishwasher situation that affected your internet?
Yes.
And I'm very confused how these things work together. Hold on, these things are independent dynamics.
Why you look like a paper boy from the
1940s right now. I'm spreading the news, dog. I'm spreading the news. But again, hold up. How are you? And I'm confused by your whole situation. How did your dishwasher affect your internet?
Get closer to the mic.
I'm literally in the mic. Not literally, because that's impossible, but I'm really, really close.
So my dishwasher has not been draining. I've been trying to figure it out. Decided to go on YouTube and rather proud of myself. Took apart kind of the underneath of the dishwasher and took out the pump, cleaned it out, looked in there, checked the fan. But to do this, I understand why you're supposed to turn off all the breakers, right? And my breakers are all mislabeled. My breakers are mislabeled. Is a problem. So I just start flicking switches. So I'm turning, the bathroom lights are off when I'm trying to fix the breaker. The Wi-Fi is gone, and that's part of the issue. The Wi-Fi was gone, and it just wouldn't come back. So and then when I turned it off, this computer that I record on, literally never turns off. Like it'll go a full year without turning off. I just don't turn it off. So trying to turn it back on, it's been like an hour trying to get it on. And then when it got on, it was loading my wife's email. For some reason, Gmail wouldn't go into mine, and you send me the link to me, and that's been 10 minutes of it just continuing. So
did you label things appropriately now that they were mislabeled, or you didn't even do that at all with the breaker?
No, because then that'd take me spending time testing things out. I ain't nobody got time for that.
Is the dishwasher fixed?
No. No, but I know the problem. There's one little thing I just can't do. So yeah, no.
It's supposed to pre-rinse, son.
I called my father-in-law and asked him to come over this morning because there's one thing I know. I figured out the problem. The damn problem is YouTube. The videos I watched all told me to do these things. I did them. I watched in the comments. Somebody said, "Here's a better video." I watched that, and they say, "This is the thing you should check first." Kind of wish I did, because by checking it, yes, I can tell that is the issue. It's the hose going from dishwasher to the garbage disposal is completely clogged up with crap, and I can see it because it's a white hose that's now half black. Anyway,
all right, that's all right. It's a fun morning.
The last time I tried to do that kind of plumbing thing was years ago with a washing machine. Wife,
didn't you drown your house?
Plumber, and I said no, I'm not calling the plumber. And I spent a couple hours working on it until it flooded the garage, and I realized I had to call the plumber.
And so you're like, let me try this again because my record is stellar.
No, this time it's good. I was actually very proud of myself.
You're very proud of yourself. You turned off the power to the entire house, not knowing what you're doing, affected you being on time here, and still, by the way, have not solved the problem. How many hours you put into this?
I mean, including cleanup and them things, because
how many hours you put into this?
It does flood, like the warning. I mean, I don't know.
How many hours?
Good 90 minutes. Oh, you mean the aftermath though?
No, I'm saying total. Yeah, your whole thing.
Trying to get the computer on and all that.
Morning, all of this. How many hours is it taking you to fix something that's not fixed?
Started last night.
How long? How much? Just the time value of money here, dog. Like a plumber have cost you to repair this in no time.
Oh, you know them plumber. I don't know. All right, anyways,
you got a Jamaican guy you can call, dog. You know you got a Jamaican plumber who's probably
No, I do. Well, here's the thing. I had one. He disappeared. Took my money. On my rate, I'm working on it now. And he apologized for not fixing the toilet properly. Never came back. So I got another one who's amazing, ridiculous. The problem is he doesn't have Jamaican prices. He's got American prices. Because the guy, he showed up and goes, "Yo, who tried to fix this before?" I said, "Yeah, this plumber came." He got, "Whoever did this is not a plumber." I was like, "No, the guy's a plumber." He's like, "Yeah, man can't call himself a plumber and do this kind of work."
Was it you who did it the first time?
No. It was a guy I paid, a Jamaican guy. Now this other guy is ridiculously good. I couldn't believe what he did. He walked around my house, fixed things outside. Like he's like, you need to fix this. I was like, yeah, you're right. But he charges American prices. That hurt me. Anyway.
All right. Anyways, right. All right. What do you got for me, dog?
Have you been following Ja Morant? Do you know who Ja Morant is?
He's a basketball player, but I literally couldn't tell you what team he plays for. And I know that apparently he had a gun in an Instagram post.
Yeah. So he's a superstar. Just released his Nike shoes.
I don't know who he is. So not a superstar.
I mean,
no. If you're a superstar, you transcend your sport. You're a superstar. I know who Jokic is. I don't know who this cat is. Not a superstar.
Jokic is not a superstar.
But I know who he is. But
I'm not. So we have a friend. We have one of our best friends who thinks that Supreme is a horrible marketing company because he's never heard of Supreme. You can't use yourself as the
no, but you're also saying it wrong. Supreme is horribly marketed.
Yes,
they're not a marketing company.
Okay, you're right. My bad.
Yes, but it is done correctly. Yes, but I'm not. But yes. Okay, continue with your statement. Sorry.
Right. He is a superstar. He's the future of the league, and an all-star, and just got his own Nike shoe, right? Nike shoe. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe he's on his way to superstardom, but when you're a superstar, I know who you are. But by the I don't mean literally admit, but I mean people who don't follow the sport. Like legit, like that's how superstardom works. You know names of people, whether or not you follow the sport or not.
Rolling Stone music. Rolling Stone, the barometer of sports superstardom.
Rolling Stone
said last month, NBA superstar Ja Morant is heading down a dark path.
Okay.
NBA superstar.
I will defer to Rolling Stone as the sports whatchamacallit.
Yahoo 4 days ago. Yahoo NBA superstar Ja Morant refuses to learn from his past.
I stand corrected. Okay, but continue on the storyline with Ja Morant now. What do you do?
Who brandished the gun? The superstar?
No, Ja Morant.
Yeah. Okay. During the season, it's the playoffs now. But during the season, he was in a strip club. A video of him dancing and holding a gun, waving it, like foolishly waving it. Mm-hmm. He wound up getting suspended 8 games for that.
Okay.
Right? Came out and said he's sorry. He met with the commissioner. He wound up losing like $39 million because he wound up missing some games and not enough games to qualify to make all NBA team. Mm-hmm. So it cost him like $39 million. This is insane. And just last week, his friend posted a video. Mind you, his friend, we're getting into this. This is the same friend who's not allowed to go. Ja plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. The friend is no longer allowed to enter the arena, right? Because he is gone on the floor to potentially attack other teams, like argue with them. There was an incident after a game where some employees from a team say that a car Ja and his friend was in, people were threatening them and a red light was shined upon them. They don't know if it was a laser light or like a scope of a gun. So anyway, this friend and Ja were driving, and the friend posted an Instagram live video of them just singing a rap song. And people noticed Ja had a gun in his left hand, like dancing in the car. So Ja's been suspended indefinitely. Mind you, seemingly he may be a legal gun holder. This may be a legal gun. So it gets into a very tricky situation here because there's talks that Ja is going to get a massive suspension, potentially up to 50 games.
Yeah, I heard that, yeah.
Which is going to cost him millions upon millions of dollars, right? He's a role model, whether he wants it or not. He's a de facto role model. Unfortunately, we turn superstar athletes and people like that into role models, which is kind of silly, but she's tremendous influence on kids. But, it's just so odd. Like, there's so much worse stuff. If he's a legal gun holder doing something stupid and pretending to be, mind you, he grew up like we grew up, like a nice, non-dangerous life, 2-parent household, middle class neighborhood, private school. Like, this is not him trying to be gangster and thug and all this stuff is not how he grew up, who he is, portraying a story. It's not him. But given these facts, do you think the man should be suspended?
It depends on what the league.
If he's illegal, if it turns out it seems like
not,
he's illegal gun holder.
It's not so that. It depends on what him and the league had agreed to the last time this went down. If him and the league,
but remember he was suspended the first time too.
No, but I'm with you.
Should he have been suspended then?
Again, I don't know what the league rules are. Your employer can do whatever the F they want.
They can, but something like this is not written in the contract. Meaning,
you don't know that. I don't know what agreement.
No, we know. You can't walk around with a gun.
Again, it may not. That's probably not part of the collective bargaining agreement, but that doesn't mean that him and the league didn't have a conversation about this when they were suspended last time, saying, "Look, you can't be seen with a gun." Period. And he told you, I don't know what that conversation was. And if my employer is to tell me something that's not standard for you or any other employee, right? But me and my employer had that agreement, then they have grounds. I don't know what the conversation was, by the way, but they have grounds, and they're also my employer, right? So I don't know their code of conduct.
The league isn't your employer. The team is your employer.
Okay, which leads me into a different situation, right? So I don't know who here has.
Now the team did suspend him indefinitely. The team already suspended him.
So there you go. So,
but it has nothing to do with that. It's simply about we're in, understandably, a hypersensitive time. Meaning, Chris Kaman in 2013, NBA player, used to pose with guns multiple occasions. All his rifles, not hunting guns, like assault rifles, posed with them on social media. No one batted an eye. A, he wasn't a superstar, but B, it was a different time 10 years ago. We are very understandably hypersensitive now, right? To gun stuff.
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, your sensitivity.
But that's what's playing into this. Absolutely.
I know, it definitely plays into it, but I mean, there's got to be more because you're going to have lawyers.
But what more? If you're legally a gun holder, right? And
sorry, I'm laughing because I'm reading some of the comments that are there already. I'm sorry, this took me off a different turn. I apologize. Sorry. So I'm just gonna read some of the comments just so everybody else can get a little chuckle at my expense.
Yeah, someone wrote, "Is the hat to mask the tiredness?"
Yes, that was number one. But then it went further down.
Deliver papers in the 1940s.
Well, then the guy's like, "Hey, it's a nice hat." He goes, "Do they make that hat for men?"
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Ram wrote that. And then Morant are both superstars and Jokic. You said Jokic is not, but okay. What's happening in Pakistan only? What? How about Bolt playing the NBA? Like there's so much random stuff here. Sorry. Morality clause. There you go. Gilbert called it out. Morality clause. Right? Which is just an ambiguous catch-all for things like this, I would assume.
Right, but morality clause, does it actually fall into this? Legal gun holder, where's the violation of the morality clause?
Hey, man, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm saying if you're going to suspend somebody for a long period of time and you have no grounds, you can't. So I'm assuming that there's something in there they have which they can leverage, them being the team/NBA, because otherwise you wouldn't go down this path. It would just cost you too much in every which way possible. Financially.
Cost in what way?
If you're going to do this, you're going to, I mean, he has rights to sue after this, I would assume you
ever seen one player sue a league? Sue how?
Hold up, but it depends with the grounds. 9 out of 10
times.
Everything
Everything that's ever happened. Sue?
I mean,
right.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Right. The players union will fight for him.
Okay. Players union fight for him. Sorry. No, so maybe suing not the right word. Apologies. Yeah. Okay. But the players union will get involved, one would assume. Right? I don't know if they're involved already. But again, I don't know this. So this dark path is now people keep writing the word dark path, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. To your point, if he's a legal gun holder, I don't understand. Not that I'm completely anti-gun, but I don't understand the dynamic here. Like, how is this a morality situation? If I'm a legal gun holder and guns are legal,
so I've gone down this. Whoever said morality clause,
Gilbert.
I'm kind of leaning to what they're saying now because it's an ambiguous. It's a weird term because what I'm reading is, it's essentially to protect the reputation and image of the company. Yeah. Where I guess this can do something. This can portray a bad reputation and image. I don't need that more morality. That's what irks me, the term, but whatever. So the morality clause can set certain behavioral standards.
Yeah, and it's a catch-all, right? It's a catch-all, and that's the dynamic that's there. But Hold up. So then I go to two other ways. We'll say pseudo sports related now. There's one thing that I heard that the ESPN is looking to leave cable completely.
No.
So apparently ESPN, I mean, it's been in the works forever. They've been kind of get all their general rights deals to work, I mean, to be available via streaming and stuff like that. And so the idea is that there's fresh details about ESPN's long-awaited plan to launch a standalone streaming service, a move that could spell doom for cable, given the network's outsized role in keeping cable's remaining consumers from cutting the cord. So now imagine that. Imagine ESPN completely off cable and purely on ESPN Plus, right? Because they can charge more money for ESPN Plus than they do get from the cable providers, but they don't get the additional commercial revenue. So they have to figure that dynamic out. I'm sure they have a commercial plan, but that would legit pull a significant amount of people away from streaming. From linear, because you say linear or cable primarily because you want to watch live sports, I would assume. So if they leave, when, right? That changes the whole game for cable, I would assume, to their point. It's a really big blow for cable. Now, would it end cable? No. Well, actually, I don't know. But I think it's a huge blow because right now you keep cable for what?
Yeah, I don't know, because I downgraded cost-wise, but quality-wise upgraded to YouTube TV.
Which is ish. Right? I'm all about that life.
But my son and I are the only ones who use it. Daughter and wife don't even know how to get to it. They've never turned that. They've never.
That to me is comedic, but all right. Okay.
They never use it because
what do you and your son watch?
They do streaming services.
And what do you and your son watch?
He uses it for sports.
Okay.
I use it for sports and to record shows.
So it's crazy, right? Like ESPN is a huge anchor for cable companies. So if this goes that way, that will be an interesting blow for cable companies if this goes that way. Not if, when this goes that way, right? I mean, streaming in general costs people and in sports is easier to stream than, easier, strong word, meaning cost-wise than, traditional linear stuff, with your Epic, with your Hulu, your AMC Plus, and so on and so forth, like all these things. So this would be an interesting blow across the board. And then there's a second thing. Have you heard about, there is a TV company called, what is this? Called Telly. Very, very smart of them. So here's what Telly is going to do. Telly is giving away 500,000 55-inch 4K flat screen TVs at no cost. Why would they do this, Amit, you ask? And here's why. And here's what they're doing. Below the TV, unlike other TVs, is a never-ending ad stream that'll play on a dual screen on the lower part of the TV. So below the TV, right, people have like their sound bar or whatever else, right? So you're not taking from the TV viewing section, but below it is literally going to be like a ticker tape thing, just running ads and scores and whatever in perpetuity. And that's how they're going. And so there's
here in America or somewhere else.
This is, let's see what's going on here.
Or is it China?
I don't know why you would say it like that, but this is talk to the Hollywood Reporter.
It's your boy Trump.
I know, that's why I don't know why you would refer to this man at all, but okay. Reserve your free one at Telly's website. It doesn't say where, actually. I'm assuming America, but now I'm curious. I'm going to go to Telly's website right now. And Telly's website, I'll take a free 55. Okay, the question is, would you do this? Would you take a free 55-inch TV?
No.
Freetelly.com is the website. Telly, Telly. You don't want a free TV?
Oh, that can't be America.
Why? Because of Telly? Because he's British?
Telly. Yeah.
You just caught on to that when I was saying come on, man. Really?
Yes.
Come on, bro. Be better than that, man. Be better than that. Hold up. So you don't want a free TV because why? I'm curious.
TVs are now so cheap in general. What size TV is this?
55-inch 4K flat.
You can get that for under $500.
Free. I'm giving you a free TV.
Yeah, it depends, dog. I gotta see the screen, the ad going across the whole time. Like, what does it look like?
Again, it's not. So click on freetelly.com.
When I turn off the TV, does it get to turn off?
But that's a good question. I don't know the answer for that.
I
I don't
have
have
this
this running
going
friggin',
across the
all of a
screen
sudden I'm in. I don't know if I'm in Times Square in my house all the time. If
Exactly.
this happens.
Also, but speaking of, even if I'm watching TV, I don't want this something going across.
Go to freetelly.com and look
I'm
at this
watching
thing.
Game of Thrones, and like dragon come through, and all of a sudden it's like, come eat at this pub. I don't know.
At this pub?
Yeah, it's English, man.
It is. I mean, I'm curious. I'm going to reserve my free telly today. I'm going to go here and see what it says. Are you looking at the website?
True. You see what somebody said on Facebook? What Prem said on Facebook? He's right. No. Build a wooden frame around the TV and block out the ticker. He's got a good Jamaican carpenter.
If only he had a Jamaican plumber.
Yeah.
That was this whole thing. So hold up, but all right. One is I still don't understand how they're making money off of this. I mean, they're probably getting
clearly the ad revenue greatly surpasses.
Yeah, but what is the ad revenue? Like just having the ad there doesn't do anything, right? Because it obviously matters to the demo and the whole nine.
Does. So how do ads on TV work? It's not like YouTube where you click.
Ads on TV are very, very. So this is where it gets interesting to me, right? Because I'm assuming you got to put in your demo and a bunch of things like that. Ads on TV are targeted to the channel you're watching.
The channel in the show, yeah.
Right? That's how that works. I don't know how this is being targeted.
This is probably just a big, wide.
Yeah, if I live in New York City and you're sending me a Kia ad for a car, and I'm like, what the hell do I want that for? I live in the city.
Maybe
I don't
it's targeted. I don't know. But you wouldn't live in New York City. You live in London or Birmingham.
Okay. Either way, ad is on my car. So I'm living in London, right? Where's the Birmingham part coming from, Doug?
Your damn hat. That's where.
So that was one thing that I found interesting, right? Then the other part of that I found interesting was there is a Apple is launching later on this year, right? A new feature where it allows you to create a digital version of your voice to speak with anyone you'd like. And your personal voice is forthcoming to the Apple phone, so it's going to sound just like you when you're going ahead and saying anything. So it's not going to sound like Siri or whatever else.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Say that again?
Right. So I go, okay. Personal voice is one of several forthcoming accessibility features that Apple unveiled yesterday's a couple of days ago. It's meant to aid people with conditions such as ALS that put them at risk from losing the ability to speak. Apple promises that after the user spend 15 minutes reading text prompts into the phone, their digital voice will be ready to go. Another new feature, live speech, would let your device read messages you type. So in essence, it's to versus somebody with ALS, one more time, ALS, right? It's communicating for them, right? So it's in essence, but it has your voice.
Oh, I like
so now there is so that's the appropriate positive use case. Then with the world we live in right now, you go, okay, hold up, they got my voice. What else can somebody do with my voice now? Not that they don't have enough of our voices on the internet right now anyway, right? To do whatever they want and make up whatever, right? But I'm literally giving them a clear version of my voice as digital for them, and them as the whoever them is.
Yeah.
Right? To do whatever they want, to create whatever they want, and to sound as if I said that. So is that a fear of yours, or do you just see the positive here for people with ALS or any kind of speech impediment?
Well, I think we're unfortunately so past that line that yes, there's certainly a fear with the breach and everything, but I think it'd be more fear for noteworthy people, not people like you and me. Who the hell are we?
I'm of note.
Bridging the glasses.
You want to see the hat? I was gonna say that. That's how you know I'm of note.
It's the glasses just hit me too.
Dude, or how tired are you? I'm not even flew on a red eye. How tired are you that you're just noticing the glasses?
Oh my gosh. It reminds me of I saw this dad posted this silly little thing about he's trying to get his kids to do certain things. So he grabbed one of their phones and just started talking to it and said, like, respect your parents, go to bed on time, clean up after yourself. Like joking that the phone is listening. So then it'll show them videos and subconsciously get them to do things like that. But I have no fear of this. I'm it sounds good. Helps some people. Probably provides comfort to them, and ease. Not sounding like Stephen Hawking.
Okay, that's an interesting point, right? I don't know what Stephen Hawking actually sounds like. right? Like it'd be interesting to your point that these are before somebody were to lose their ability to speak, this would be a really good positive thing for them. But also kind of weird that we can do that now, and that's coming out later this year, right? Like that's not something that's not the future, that's the present, which is crazy to me, right? And then on that note too, ChatGPT just launched its app for iPhone, so I'm assuming you downloaded that.
I have not.
Oh, just so you know, it's out there.
I did not know.
I have not, because I still have never used it, and I still don't have a use case for it. I have no valuable use case for it that I can think of yet. And everybody keeps telling me, "Oh, for marketing," and I was like, "That's a very generic statement. It doesn't help me out." But I have not figured out a positive use case for me yet.
You will.
That wasn't a fart, by the way. That was Dominic. That was Dominic
saw your face.
Water, because the sound, man. This guy mutes it when he's supposed to be talking, and then does not mute when he burps back or whatever that was into the bottle of water when the air goes in. Just ridiculous.
Couple quick things. Your boy DeSantis, Florida governor.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read the bill yet, but signed a bill evidently yesterday or
I'm
a
assuming
few days
it's
ago.
racist or homophobic.
No, that required requires the teaching of AAPI history in Florida schools, Asian American Pacific Islander, which is interesting given that it's the opposite with Black history.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, here Disney's pulling out of making $1 billion expansion in Florida.
Yeah, but
right,
DeSantis, this guy's playing chess, man. Everyone else is playing checkers. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Okay,
it's just crazy.
I mean, we'll see how crazy it is when come election time, because he still hasn't.
No. But I'm saying, is there? This is gonna sound really ignorant. There's no term limits for governor, is there?
I'm gonna lie to you, man. Mitch should know this too. And you couldn't just text me on the side. I could have Googled it and came out positive. Tell me the internet now. Don't know the answer to that question. Now I'm like, term limits, Florida governor.
So there's talk that doing this is just
two consecutive terms of 4 years each. So yes.
Okay. All right. There's talks he's doing this to perpetuate the model minority myth, which is typically used for Asians to and against Black people. Like, be like them. Look, they can do it, without understanding a lot of certain things. Like, the poorest demographic in New York? Asian. People don't realize this.
I did not know that.
The poorest demographic in New York City, Asians.
Did not know that.
Also, there was a video that went viral this week of this crazy guy in California driving a white Jeep Wrangler, screaming out of his window like they're flying down whatever the interstate there is. I don't know where in California. And the person, Black people in a car, recording him, and he's screaming the N-word over and over. F you, then just screaming it. And he gets so irate, he tries to hit them with his car, right? He swerves left at them. They swerve away. But then he immediately tries to correct himself and swerve back right. Swerve too hard. Did not flip, but no. Slammed into the wall. Like a 20-foot wall along the interstate. Like, protecting the sound from the houses, or keeping the sound away from the neighborhoods. Slammed into that wall. That's pretty funny. Then bounced off and drove off. But you can tell his car is completely wrecked on his side. Karma.
That's pretty funny. That's just funny, straight up. That's some good karma. That's just hilarious. Here's a random one. I'm curious of your take here. When you go to, like, as a soda lover you are, when you go to movie theaters and they're the new soda machines, the newfangled soda machines, you can kind of
I hate soda,
add
but
flavors,
yes.
right? You can kind of create whatever your funky flavor is.
No, you don't create it, Bridget. This is not a
you
like a Slurpee machine where
you add some lemon lime, you add some of this. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
All right, I thought you meant you touch the machine and it swirls it all together.
No, you put that in a cup and you swirl it your damn self. But
Does
yes,
anyone do that?
Are you serious? You just hold up.
People are mixing up like cherry Coke with.
Hold up. Are you assuming that you give me all these options and I'm going to go with just straight up Diet Coke?
I never thought of that. Never once.
What is wrong with you?
Never.
That's the whole point. You're supposed to add a
I'm
little.
Not sure that's the whole point, but okay.
Bro, I put this out to the world. If anybody has used this, at least I would say 20% of the time you're mixing and matching. I'd say more than that. I would say 50% of the time you're mixing and matching. Right, there's no way you're together and just going regular ass.
Here's what you're gonna do. On your IG,
I'm gonna put a poll up.
And I'm gonna put a poll up on my IG. We're gonna put a
You ain't
picture of
got
that
no friends,
machine.
dog.
Yeah, we're gonna put a picture of that
It's
machine.
gonna be your wife, your son, and your daughter. Just responding.
With a picture of that machine.
Yeah, and go. Do you mix and match?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out a little bit. So that's one thing. But here's what I was going with this, right? So guess who's coming up with a similar dynamic to that? Heinz. Heinz brand is coming up or is developing a machine similar to that one where you can mix and match mix condiments. Proving my point again. So not just I want some ketchup, but I want the ketchup mayonnaise combination.
Okay, that doesn't prove your point because people do that.
No, that
In their
literally
house. People don't mix sodas in their house.
My point is, it literally it does prove my point. It does because they go, hey, people are mixing and matching the sodas over here.
Okay, they do it with ice cream, so that proves your point. No, it doesn't prove your point.
Yeah, it actually does prove my. No, but ice cream they don't do it that way.
Of course they do it
There's
that way.
one in the middle you can mix. You can't mix and match everything because it's hard to do that with ice cream, right? And never been done in the condiment game. But this is going down the condiment realm. So I ask you, would you mix and match the condiments this way? Then?
Of course.
And which ones would you mix and match?
Barbecue, hot sauce, ketchup, mayo. Sprinkle a little.
You're mixing barbecue, hot sauce, ketchup, and mayonnaise into one thing?
Yeah, a little honey mustard in there too.
What are you dipping in this?
Anything. That would be a universal sauce.
Get the F out of here, man. What are you dipping in that crazy sauce?
Anything.
Bruv, you're not putting all together and dipping some French fry in that sauce.
What are you dipping in there? Fish and chips?
I'm not dipping that. I'm not putting anything in that sauce. You're
creating that
sounds like a gross sauce altogether. Putting mayonnaise and barbecue sauce and ketchup? What are you, crazy? And honey mustard? Are you even thinking about what you're saying or just saying things willy-nilly? There's no way that's a good sauce.
I guarantee it is.
There's no way that's a good sauce. That just sounds like a horrible, horrible sauce. And thick, by the way. The consistency is real off. No, it's because you're fat. That's not the same thing at all. With the condiments, there's a whole thing. I don't get that at all. But yeah, this is happening. So Heinz is putting this out there. So then whenever you go, they're gonna put it out. I don't know where they're gonna put it, but you're gonna start seeing these in a little bit. They just debuted this at the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago. And so yeah, that's gonna be one thing. I think they're gonna put it in like school cafeterias and stuff like that. So your kids can mix and match all their sauces. You know, the only one I can think about is buffalo and ranch, which is a dope sauce. But they have that already. Right? But anything with mayonnaise and it can F off. But yeah, the fact that they're doing this, I think, is pretty interesting and cool. All right. What else you got, Doug?
I believe that's it. Oh, what's your biggest character flaw? Or your worst? Let me rephrase that. Horrible. What's your worst character trait? Does that make more sense? Biggest character.
Either or, same thing. I harp on the minutia, and that's very general, but that it's across the board. If it could be whether it's a personal trait of mine that I'll harp on or somebody else's that I meet, I just focus on the one thing, or work-wise, focus on one thing. And it's the most insignificant thing 9 out of 10 times. And I think it's a big deal. And 9 out of 10 times, and it's not. And it drives me crazy because I'll be aware of it and I still won't be able to stop myself from dwelling on it. And it has cost me over time. So yeah, that is one of them that I can think off the top of my head.
Interesting.
This is where you go, hey, Amit, here's mine.
I've got none.
Have you seen your forehead? Sorry.
It's a physical trait, guy.
I'm sorry. I mean, your tardiness by no means is positive.
No, I'm joking. I obviously have a lot. I think my worst is, and I've been proactively trying to fix it over the years, especially because I didn't really care before, but once having kids is expecting people to react and act and do things the way I would. And then also which is a lack of patience for people not being able to cope with certain things.
So that gets me too, by the way, the same. Hold up, cope meaning, wait, sorry. What do you mean by that?
Like, just deal with it. Like, I did this. I don't need it. Like, why can't you kind of thing, you know? And that's horrible. I know. So I've been working on that a lot over the years.
Where did this question come from, by the way?
Just random.
No, but have you
a lot of random things? None of the random things. But this big forehead, big cranium. A lot of things just happen in there.
But this is just something you came up with right now?
No, you know what? Okay, here's the thing. My son last night had a graduation party, some music blasting, right? He got home, I don't know, 11 o'clock today.
Got him 11 o'clock. How old is this kid?
Yeah, 11. And he's calling me into the room, and he's like, I can't sleep. My ears are ringing. And I was like, bro, what do you want me to do? I was like, I mean,
goes, that sucks for you, little man. I'll see what it is.
I was like, I told him, I go, it sucks. Like, you got to deal with it. I said, when I was your age, right? I was already away at school, like dealing with stuff. I couldn't call my parents. And I realized in that moment, that doesn't make it right. You know? So that's
but also,
you didn't
call your mom.
Huh? No, honestly. There was no cell phones and those kind of things, right? Remember that. Calling card, it was ICAST, it was 1010 220 or whatever.
I remember 1010 220.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and then in that moment, I realized that doesn't make it right because I was forced to deal with it and could deal with it, that he should just. But it's like that dynamic where I'm like, he's got to learn to do things on his own. And
but also, there's literally nothing you can do in this particular scenario.
There is nothing you can do. Exactly. Right.
So it's like, I got nothing for you.
Like, I could lay with him and maybe talk with him a little bit, but I'm like,
but he can't hear you because his ears are ringing.
So that's actually, I think, how I started thinking about this.
No, it's interesting. That's interesting. I'm trying to think about that now. I feel that I'm the same. I'm definitely the same. Yeah, but I don't have kids, so it's a different kind of dynamic. But yeah, I'm not overly empathetic. I try to be. I say the right words, but I'm not generally overly empathetic about much of anything. Working on it though. But I think the value prop is that we actually are aware of that.
Knowledge, we're aware of it. Yeah,
that's a different
be
thing,
the huge issue if we weren't.
I think for a long time I wasn't aware, so I can say that.
I definitely wasn't aware.
Definitely. But yeah, that's a different kind of dynamic altogether.
Mute.
On that on that note, we're gonna call it.
Kaboom.
You guys have a good one. We'll talk. Actually, freaking guy. It's a holiday.
Yeah, well, this will no.
Yeah, there'll be a week off because you got a holiday.
No,
bro, focus, guy. This one comes out today, and today, by the way, is
and then next Monday is a holiday.
Correct. That's what I said. It's a week off.
Oh, so we're not recording before?
We can record before. Amit's going away on Friday, so we can record on Thursday if you'd like.
Yeah, that's typically what people do. You see with the schedules and everything.
Wow, it's crazy. It says the guy who's going to be late to the schedule anyway.
Where are you going? Where are you going for Memorial?
I'm going to your motherland, dog.
Puerto Rico?
Yeah. think about it. You're like, which country?
Yeah. Are you really?
Yeah.
Ever been?
Nope.
Who are you going with?
A bunch of people from New York. Actually, New York and Michigan.
Where?
That's a very good question. I have no idea. Literally, there's a chat blowing up right now regarding it. I know we're flying into San Juan, and I have no idea what we're doing after that. I don't know where we're staying. I don't know what we're doing. I mean, they've told me, like, hey, we're going to go scuba diving, and we're going to go on a boat, and whatever, and I'm just along for the ride. I have no idea what's going on because I'm not really a planner. I'm just, I'll have fun wherever we go kind of thing. But yeah, I have no idea. When was the last time you were there?
My grandmother's funeral in college. Way too long.
Wow.
Over 20 years ago. Yeah.
That was San Juan as well?
Yes. Well, outside of San Juan, but yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I have no.
And then the time before that was my grandfather's funeral in 97. So like, I really haven't been there since.
Yeah, you don't want to go there for like a happy occasion?
Yeah, since I was probably 13 for a happy occasion.
Has your dad been? Post any of these?
No, not since my grandmother's funeral. No.
Huh.
Nope.
Yeah, I've never been, so I'm going on Thursday. Sorry, Friday.
I will be in Fort Myers.
Why?
For basketball tournament.
Is there a tournament, or you're following some kids? Is it
no,
your kid
tournament? No, I'm actually going to Fort Pierce. When this releases, so I'm Vero for a volleyball tournament, then the next weekend basketball.
But these are your kids at least, yeah? You're not chasing other
people's
kids?
Yes, definitely my kids. Definitely
okay,
my kids.
All right. Then that's tolerable. Because otherwise you'd be chasing around random kids throughout the scenario, and that's kind of awkward. But all right, that's that. Now we're really gonna go.
Thomas Shelby.
We'll talk
Peaky Blinders.
Good show. Oh, they're making the movie, by the way, so that'll be a solid film.
Oh, that means it'll be bad. just like Luther.
Luther was garbage. What kind of basura was that? That was straight trash. For a show that was so good, that movie was just trash. And good cast too, but oh well.
Yeah. All right,
Next
I'm gonna
time,
go work on my dishwashing machine. Dishwasher. Plumb better.